Well, it's a beautiful October day here in New York City on Times Square, and who better to speak to than Mr. October himself, Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson. Reggie, how are you?
I'm doing very good. Thank you very much for having me.
And of course, you are known as Mr. October, which is really a huge honor. When you look at the postseason and you look at Major League Baseball right now, who else is clutch enough to be called Mr. October today?
Well, I think that, we have players from time to time that come on board. I think the Post today had A.J. Burnett as Mr. October. I like to say the definition now will be 31 games, because there's 31 days in the month of October, so you have to have played at least 31 games to qualify and have significant success. So I'm going to come up with that one. But as far as the Yankees go, I think Derek Jeter has had the kind of postseason that you could call him Mr. October. He certainly has had his moments. And then I think, including everybody, and Reggie Jackson as well, I think the greatest performer in the history of postseason has been Mariano Rivera. Mariano Rivera's earned run average is .72 in postseason. So I don't want anybody to know that, but I believe he's probably outperformed me and everybody else in postseason, but I still want to be called Mr. October, but he's probably the real deal.
And speaking of honor, you're working on the Folds of Honor right now, trying to help people in the military. Tell me a little bit about that initiative.
It was something that I got a call on from Major Dan Rooney a couple of days ago, and Budweiser was on the phone to lend their dollars to support this. In some of the conversations that I've had, and since I've been participating, I've learned quite a bit that 1% of the country supports 99% in reference to freedom. And then what they pay for that are their lives. People that come back, or don't make it back, I should say, that are deceased, that give up limbs, if you will, have families at home. And Folds of Honor that's been put together, have been organized by Major Dan Rooney, who was a military pilot there in the Air Force, had flown several missions overseas and in combat. Got up, his thought that his mission was to do this, to make sure that the children and spouses that were left behind were given scholarships for additional secondary education, for scholarships to provide for their lives. So Budweiser got on board, gave $100 to each home run that was hit last year in 2011, $4,500 or more, and raised almost $500,000 there, and donated some proceeds of their funds between Memorial Day and July the 4th to get the ante up to $2 million. So far they've given 2,200 scholarships, which is pretty doggone neat. And as I said, I feel blessed by being able to be a part of it, to give my time to support what they're doing.
And you had so many great memories in October with the Yankees. When you look back at those experiences, which milestones and memories stand out among the rest?
Well, certainly I'd say the first time I got into postseason was in '72 against the Detroit Tigers. We beat the Cincinnati Reds in the 7 games of a World Series. In '73, we played the Mets. We beat them in 7 games, and luckily I hit a home run in Game 7. And, we became world champions there. Then we beat the Dodgers again, came to New York, and continued to get into the World Series. So I've been very fortunate to be around great organizations, around great leaders. Makes a difference as well.
Well, Reggie Jackson, thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck throughout the postseason.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day, and we thank you for being on board.